welcome to my channel or welcome back. Feel free to subscribe if you're interested in any of these things right here. And if not, that's okay too. Chunk deuces, you're fine, babe. Get out of here. Scram. Um, I am steeping my tea. And then because I did not feel like getting up, I have my milk right here too. So today, number one, I just ate a piece of raw garlic on accident and that shit burnt all the way down. I did not know that raw garlic burnt like a motherfucker, like eating a hot coal. That shit was weird. Like, to say the least, that shit was weird. Yeah, it is midwinter. It is Yule. And so I went to a festival market thing that they had in my town. Not in my town, in my county. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm like confused about life. So it was okay. No, it wasn't. I'm lying. There was like 5 vendors, and it was just the same stuff. It wasn't that great. It wasn't that great at all. So that sucked. But like, not to be rude, but it sucked. And I'm just being honest. It was very small, and I appreciate the gesture, not jester. Oh my god, I bitch words. I appreciate the jester and the gesture, but it was not good. I don't know. It was, you know what I mean. So yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. I yesterday I went out into the woods and I took some pictures. I'll just insert some pictures right here while I'm talking to you. And it was a lot of fun. I was able to find some mushrooms, but they were very old. And I noticed that there was a lot of boar or armadillo activity in the woods. There is holes in the ground where they root them. They root up the mushrooms and eat them themselves. Um, and so I was only able to find very old, like turkey tail-esque type of mushrooms growing on old logs, which was very disappointing. So, yeah, I was just like, the mushroom game this year in South Texas has been fucking lame. And the heat has also been fucking lame, so it's fine, it's whatever. But yesterday I did my makeup, and for some reason it was so ugly later on in the day. It was like cracked, and I like you could see every pore I had, and it just pissed me off so badly. It just pissed me off so badly. Um, yeah. So, yeah. For a winter solstice, it's been uneventful. I thought that the market was gonna be at this one area where there's a wildlife preserve area, but it was not, and so I was lost. And disappointed, to say the least. I was very disappointed. And so I went to where the market was, and I hate complaining every vlog about where I live, but it just sucks dick. And so, yeah, the whole area is just fucking lame and bullshit, so whatever. So, yeah. But I went to the store today to get toilet paper, some onions because I bought some beef liver. I bought cow organs so I can eat them. And like whatever. And I'm so sorry. I should have put a trigger warning in there. Whatever. It's fine. So I want to make liver and onions, which I haven't had since I was a little girl. But I've been eating. I've been taking supplements that have cow organs in them, anyways, and I've been feeling better. I don't know if it's like a placebo. I don't fucking know. but I do feel better. So I don't know. But I went to HEB and it was so full of people. There were so many people there. There were so many people and they were all rude. They were all so fucking rude. And I was just like, and I had to like audibly, like with my voice, be like, wow, there sure is a lot of people here and they are rude. Like, I was just so angry. I was so like, get the fuck out of my way. And then I was blocked in. I got forced into where the bakery area was. Like, there's like a place where the bakers come in and out of their little like area, right? And I got stuck. They forced me into the fucking bakery and they like I got blocked in and I was like, can you move? Like, are you not aware? Is everybody in this store unaware that I'm trying to fucking get out of here? Like, I was so mad. I was so mad. But it wasn't like uncontrollably mad. Like, sorry, that garlic fucked me up. It wasn't like I was uncontrollably mad. I was just like losing it. And then like I have this huge, sorry, I'm like complaining, this huge like headache or pain on the side of my head, like right in this area. And I don't know what it's from. My husband was like, is it your wisdom teeth coming in? And I was like, in my fucking skull, bitch. Like, it's right there. It hurts so bad, like right here. I thought it was tension or something because it happened right after I was crying because I heard Feliz Navidad on the radio and my mom would always call me and sing Feliz Navidad to me. And so I cried, and right after I cried, because when I cry over stuff like that, it's like a very like primal like like it's not like a it is like something unholy, like a scream, screech does not sound human. And it is like almost like my body is just pushed to the edge of tension and like I want to explode into 1,000 fucking embers. It's like horrible. And after that, I developed that like headache right and like a knot. And I was so frightened because my uncle has had like multiple aneurysms. He's my mother's twin. And he was like, when you have an aneurysm, it sounds like fireworks going off inside of your head. And I was like, bitch, no. like, no, please don't be that. Please don't be that. You know, and it's just like my fear, my fucking brain. And then, like, so whenever I have like a little, you know, it'll be everything that I have shoved down into the abyss. And I was like, I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to think about it. And then it'll like come up and it's just like I want to like jigsaw trap just to release some tension, you know? Like just some built up tension. I just want to like try a jigsaw trap out. Like it looks like it's very like cleansing. And so I was just like, it was horrible, guys. It was so horrible because it was like my mom, and then it was like because that feeling was already there, and it was on the merry-go-round was already, and I was just like, and crying and releasing that like pain. And then it was like, we're stuck here. And I was talking to my husband, I was like, we're stuck here because of your job. There's nothing here for our children. There's no one here for our children. They are all dead. We're only here because you have a career here. And if they fire you or anything happens, like I ended up having like a big boy conversation with my husband. I was trying not to be rude. I was really, really trying hard not to be rude. But I was vocalizing my frustrations, my insecurities, and my future thought. I was like, our children, when they become sexually mature, there will be a time when they're adults, they could accidentally knock somebody up down here, and we are related to the fucking people that live down here. Like, do you understand where I'm going with this? We will be stuck here. It's up to us, me and you, to fucking leave this area, to fucking cut ties, bounce, and go. We have to go. Like, it's just, I was just talking to him about that, and I wasn't being mean, but I was crying like through hot, wild tears. I was just like, "You don't understand. I'm scared," and it was like all the fears, all the frustrations, all my internal nightmares, all of the pain and anguish, and the things that I was pushing away, like Amazon purchases and this and that and the other. It all came to the top like a volcano. It just all came to the top, and it was uncontrollably hot and wild. And I was so devastated by the utter realization that like our children will come to an age where they might make mistakes that are unsolvable, especially with the way things are going now. And we have nothing here anymore. We have no one here anymore. We are free, and yet we still live in the cage. I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah. So I had a conversation with my husband after I had a mental breakdown about another. And he was like, "Man, I'm so sorry. I don't even know what to say." I was like, "Don't say anything." Don't say anything. Oh my God, please don't. He's like, he's like, he's not a therapist. I don't expect him to be one. At all. That's so unfair. And so I don't expect him to be one. But I also like, sometimes I need a human to just hide my face in. You know what I mean? And then furthermore, sorry. Sometimes I have to like I have to like break down words, and I have to slow down and enunciate the words I'm saying. So then, furthermore, humans have been pissing me off lately. And so I feel that call, like I was talking to my friend earlier at 2 o'clock in the morning while she was sleeping. I just sent her audio messages and I'm like, "Hey, what's up? I'm thinking about you." So, anyways, here's what's going on. Like, well, she'll ask me, she'll be like, "So, how is life going?" And I'm like, "So, have you asked? So here's what's happening." And so I was like, I'm just like confused about, the future and everything and like stuff. And so she's like, because she doesn't know either. She doesn't know how to, she's not a therapist either, but it's important to tell people to reach out, I suppose. But yeah, I'm just thinking about going somewhere else. But I mean, I don't know. I think it's just when I step back and I also step forward, I think to myself like about. I mean, maybe it's just the culture I was raised in, this clusterfuck of Texan culture and then America and then like everything. But I'm so fucking tired of having to fight all the time, every time, everything. Um, Especially here. I am so fucking ready to lay down my sword and my shield and to not have to pick that bitch up every 5 fucking minutes. I'm so tired of living in survival mode. I am so fucking done with it. I'm so done with it. I'm so done with having to like put a fucking like something in my pocket when I go places alone just in case I'm gonna have to like defend myself. I'm so tired of living like that. You know what I mean? I'm so fucking over that shit. But I do. Like I went to the woods yesterday alone, right? And it's like okay, but my husband was on FaceTime on the phone, but he was in his forge, so it was very loud, so I had to turn him down because I was like, but I was like, he was like, "Go to the woods, you're fine. I don't go for it. It's cool." And then I was like, "No, you don't understand. Like I'm a girl, and I don't want to go by myself because I am frightened." I am frightened. I am frightened. I'm frightened. I'm tired of being frightened. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being frightened. I'm tired of having to fight and defend and, I'm fucking tired of this shit. So, and I'm also so tired of feeling like I'm going to miss out and then feeling like I don't have enough time left in my life and then realizing that I could die at any moment and then I won't be able to take any of this with me, all of my favorite books, and I have to hurry up and read them now and then I can't relax. I'm so frustrated. I want to relax. I would like to relax just a little bit. But the way America is, the way South Texas is, if you're not doing something, you're not productive, you're not useful, you don't matter. There is a whole clusterfuck of just one thing on top of another. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, fuck, shit. Fuck, shit, goddamn, motherfucker, shit. Motherfucker, goddamn. Like, I'm so tired of this shit. And I just want it to be like how I was in the forest yesterday. So I went out there, I went off the trails, and I went deep into the woods by myself, looking for mushrooms. And I found them, and there was nothing, no sound. The air was different because there were so many, it was so dense that you were over there, you could not basically see the sky. There's so many trees. And it was like I was in this earth womb. And it was so good. It was so good to be by myself in the woods, all alone. It felt good. I was like, I want that. That's what I want. I want to be alone in a cabin somewhere deep in the woods to where you cannot find me if you tried. You could only find me if you don't try. And so my husband was like, but babe, that's not real. I was like, no, it is real. I'm gonna make it real. So I've been honing in on skills. I've been honing in on dehydration and my tea has steeped long enough. It's time to start. It's time to add my milk and take a sip. Perfect. I have to go soak the liver from this says January 2nd. We're already in January milk. Do you guys live by that? I live by milk. Like when I see at the store the next year or times, I'm like, oh, that's coming up. Milk guides thy hand. Oh, just kidding. No, but I do like that's more of a calendar to me than anything. Milk time. I don't go off of American time. I go off of milk time. I go off of cow time. Anyways, but yeah, I do. Anyways, hopefully this isn't gross. It's a lot of tea bags. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't know what I was saying. Oh yeah, so I have a food dehydrator and I'm learning how to can and stuff like that. So food preservation, I have to learn that. I have to learn to be like a squirrel and put away, sacrifice today for the future. Like put away a piece of this for later, for survival, but not live in survival. Live in contentment with the now and understand that there is a future, and if I prepare for it now, then it's more easier. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? I want to live a different way. I'm tired of living this way. I'm angry. I don't like talking to people. I hate when people are like, they notice me and they're like, hey, I want to become entangled with you. And I'm just like, dude, the best thing you could do for me right now is just act like you didn't see me and fuck the fuck off, because I don't want nothing to do with a fucking human right now. You know what I mean? I just don't. They're all so fucking... Cut the cameras. Like, they're crazy right now. And I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it, babe. That is a perfect cup. Yes, that is a perfect cup. So happy. Cool. Anyways, yeah, I was going to do makeup, but yesterday my makeup was so fucking ugly. Like, and I put my glasses on. And I'm not gonna wear foundation. I'm just not gonna do it. I'll do my eyebrows. I'll put on eyelashes. That's about it right now, babe. That's about it. That's the way the cookie is crumbling right now. Yeah, I don't know. I was telling my husband, I had a wild idea after. Sorry, that garlic jacked me up. I'm like, sorry. It's so gross. I'm like, am I okay? Am I leaking? Um, that garlic jacked me up, but it was so tasty. Garlic is so tasty. Like, sauteed garlic. Oh my god. There's no way I could ever be 100% carnivore with garlic on the planet. Like, but raw garlic, bitch, that was like wasabi to the dome. It was crazy. It was like, anyway. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So we saw see, brain fog cured. All you have to do is eat cow organs. Just kidding. Don't listen to me. Talk to your doctor. Um fuck. I fucked around and then it was like my thought was like, bitch, I'm leaving. I'm also leaving. There is a Airbnb commercial. Okay. Because after I had my little mental breakdown, I was like, my mother's dead and she died young and I don't know how many years I have left. And I was like telling him, I wasn't yelling. I made it sound like I was yelling, but I was crying. I was crying. But when I cry, I get angry. So it's like, so I'm not yelling at him. I'm just like in this like deep bellowing voice as if Satan comes out of my mouth and it's just like, you know? I think it's like female rage or something. I don't know. But anyways, so so I was like, I mean, my mom died at such a young age, and basically, like, if we die when she dies, we only have 20 years left of our life. Only 20 years. And he was like, bitch, you're making, he didn't say that. He don't say bitch, but like, I'm going to interpret what he said so you guys get it. Okay? He was like, bitch, you're making me think thoughts. And I was like, you should be thinking thoughts. He was just like, I don't know how to respond to you right now. Like, he's like helping me. He's like patting me, like, are you okay? And I was just like, nothing's okay. Because it's not. Duh, because it's not okay. But yeah, I was just like, we only have 20 years, if that's true. Like, his mother died even younger than my mother. His mother was like in her early 50s. And so I was like, we don't have much time left. And he was like, fuck, she was young. And I was like, not to bring it up, but holy fucking shit. And he was like, holy fucking shit. And so I was like, we gotta think about leaving. We gotta think about get the fuck out of here. Because it's just crazy. We've traveled together. We've seen amazing places together. We've been to Montana and Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona. Like, we've been to some pretty badass places together. We've done some pretty badass things together. I know he feels it. I know he feels what I feel. We've been to New Orleans. Like, I know that he knows that I know that he knows that I know. He knows. So his career right now is helping him afford to learn new trades. He knows how to weld now. He would have never done that had he not picked up forging. And then so now he is developing more skills that can help him. If you know how to weld, a ranch will hire you and you could live on their ranch to fix their fences and weld shit for them year round. And that's a really interesting thing that you could look into, living and working on a ranch somewhere. If you're an experienced welder, that is a valuable skill. And so there's a commercial, long story short, there's a commercial about Airbnb because I was like, I had that mental breakdown. I was speaking upon like, how much years do we have left? Are we gonna, what if we die and our kids get stuck here and then they're fucked? Like, it was just like this whole, like, the train has a destination. Do you want to stay on the train? Like, bitch, because the destination's like, it's pretty apparent. It happened with our parents. It's happening to us. Do we want this for our children? You know what I mean? I was just like, I can't live in redneck utopia. Our kids are not like that. Our kids are different. They're like me. And they're intelligent like he is, and they're different like I am, and they're a byproduct of us. So I was just like, they cannot only know this, and they don't, because we take them places with us, like Roswell, New Mexico, stuff like that. Oh, speaking of that, my husband has some sand from White Sands. His coworker went to the test site, and he collected some sand from White Sand, and I was like, "You have radioactive sand?" I was like, "You have nuclear sand?" He was like, "Yeah, I guess." I was like, "Do you know what White Sands is?" And he was just like, "Yeah, he told me about it." And I was like, "You didn't know before he told you about it?" He was like, "No." I was like, "Babe." He's so silly. He's very, very intelligent. We have different intelligences. I know a lot of useless information, and he knows a lot of useful information. Anyways, bitch, get to the story. Airbnb. I was like, we could do that. We could, with your career, we could save up money. We can Airbnb to different places and see if we want to stay there. Like, for instead of going to Roswell this year and saving up money for that, we could put money aside for miniature vacations that are not really mini, and like travel in our car because it's good gas mileage, but the kids hate being cramped up, and I don't blame them. Sorry. Maybe we camp along the way there. I just hate camping in Texas. I hate Texas. Anyways, so an Airbnb commercial came on. I was like, we can do that. And he was like, I'm down. Sure, whatever. Because that's how he is. He's like, I trust your plans. And I'm like, cool. Because literally, if I don't plan it, it doesn't happen. He has plans. Does he? Wait. No, wait. No, all the travel plans have been my idea. Even the Ren Fair, it was a present. It was a surprise present. Ooh, I think I'm the only one that plans stuff like this. Oops. Because I'm like a dog. I gotta get out of the house, and I gotta stick my head out the window, and I gotta go, wow, yeah. And like, if there's old architecture, I gotta go touch it. I gotta go look at it and gawk at it and catcall it. I'm just kidding. I have to go. Sorry, I'm like spitting. I'm all excited. I have to go look at old architecture. I'm just like, you know what I mean? I'm like, wow. I have to be around it. I have to sniff it. I have to understand what year it was built and the history behind it. I don't know. I'm different. So, anyways, that's like me. Like, dogs are like, I gotta go run around. And I'm like, yeah, me too, bitch. Same. Like, same. So, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on with me right now. I'm starting to, like, feel a shift, a huge shift in my own self and our path and our future. And we don't have to sell the house. We could always rent it out. And that could be some sort of income. You know, there's ways around. If there's a will, there's a way. There really, really is. And I'm that kind of person that sees all of the possibilities. I see the forest for the trees, and then I see the endless possibilities within the forest and the endless consequences of every possibility. So I think that's what I'm trying to say, is that I have a very specific brain, like possibly like on the spectrum or something. You know, I haven't got officially tested. I don't have an official diagnosis for ADHD or autism, but bitch, if you've been here for any amount of time, Y'all know my ass. But my therapist said, yeah, you have ADHD. Because when I drink coffee, I get tired. Like, she was like, that's a symptom or something like that. Like, I could drink a whole cup of coffee or a whole pot of coffee and go right to bed. Like, caffeine takes my brain from to, and so that's what she was like, yeah, that's like a symptom of blah, 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 whatever. Whatever. It makes me a normal person. And without it, I'm much more aggravating to others, not to me. To me, I think it's funny. Other people don't like it so much. Whatever. Who cares? So, what the fuck ever. So, yeah, I think that I feel a huge shift. I've been feeling a huge shift. I think over the next 3 years, we're going to do something else. We're not gonna sell the house because we own a home in Texas. It's got some kind of value. For a certain demographic, let's say that, certain people want to be here. Unfortunately, I'm not that person. Not to piss off anybody, but fucking hate it. And yeah, okay. And it's so funny because, like, I've told people before, like, bitch, I have I love going to the range. I have no fucking issues with that. I'm over living in survival mode. I'm over seeing the same stuff over and over again. I'm over having to deal with my relatives' constant crisis that are just, and I'm just done. I'm done with all that. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm just totally through with it. I have some connections to some people, like my real estate agent and stuff like that, and he has a bunch of houses down here that they rent out and whatnot. But I'm not trying to be a fucking landlord or a slumlord, and I would never, honestly, I would never rent to my anybody I know, because there's a tendency for them to be like, I know you, I don't respect you. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. There's just, it's a whole thing. I wish, and I don't wish, that I could feel some kind of contentment with the life I have here, but I fucking hate it. And I can't stop hating it, because whenever I lull myself to sleep with purchases or like food or something always happens. A serpent's kiss always happens, and it wakes my ass up very quick. And I'm just like, oh, that's right. I hate this place. There is so much cancer. I'm sorry, I'm like, hair down, hair back, hair down. I'm insecure about how big my ears are. So it's a natural, like, fidget thing for me to always hide them. So yeah. So the neighbors have had cancer. My friend's grandfather lives a block away from me. He died of cancer. Cancer. Do you understand what I'm saying? One of these things is not like the other. And so it's just scary. Like, the water is scary. If all of my neighbors are about 60 plus, right? And they've all had bouts of cancer, and they've all lived here for about 30 years. And they do not, they drink the fucking tap, bitch. Like, I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with this. I'm not trying to die early. I'd like to be a very old lady that lives in a cabin in the woods. Very, very old. And maybe I just die one day when I'm really, really old next to a nice lit fire. And then the whole thing catches on fire and they don't ever find me. I don't know. But I don't want to be old. I want to be old and I don't want to deal with this shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. There is a vision. I have a vision for my life. And it's like not matching up to my reality. And yeah, it's driving me insane. It's driving me insane. I cannot help it. I'm not there's no satiableness. I'm not satiated. I am insatiable with the advancement and going further. And now that we have this and that, it got stable. I'm like, okay, let's go to the next thing. You know what I mean? That's how I am. That's just how I am. I'm very annoying. So yeah, I had like a little bit of a mental breakdown on the eve of the winter solstice. I took some lovely photos in the woods. I was hanging out in the woods. I had a really good time. I am very grateful to be alive, and I'm grateful for all the opportunities that I've had. But I think it's because I come from such humble beginnings of like constantly being homeless and then moving around and seeing my mother work. And if there's a will, there's a way, and making the magic happen, like pulling a rabbit out of a hat when we had nothing, and relying on the universe to support us and our endeavors. I have a very specific, personally me, a very specific nature and a relationship with the universe around me and how it works and how I work and what I believe and what I am and who I am at my center without the influences of external humans, who I am at my center. And I am an amalgamation of the consequences of others' actions and the consequences of the experiences that I've had. So, I like my life to be a certain way. I love traveling. I love seeing different things. I can't stop. I need to keep going. My dogs. I love our homestead. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't really have an answer. Um, but I will fucking figure it out, bitch, because I'm fucking that person. I am that person 100%. I am always, and I've always been, let's fucking figure it out. Let's pull a rabbit out of our hat. And then I have. You know what I mean? And then I have. Um, and then it's just, I don't know. It's just who I am. It's how I am. It's whatever. Um, when I worked at this metaphysical shop, some guy came in and he followed me around. His eyes were yellow. They were like naturally yellow, like big, bright yellow eyes. I've never seen a human being with yellow eyes before. And he was like, "What are you?" And I was like, "I'm a cashier." "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "No, what are you?" And I was like, "I'm a cashier, babe. What are you? Why are you following me around looking at me?" I was like, "Are you staring at my ass? What are you looking at?" And he was like, "No. What are you?" I was like, "I don't know." And his mom came and grabbed him and was like, "We gotta go. I'm so sorry. So sorry to bother you or whatever." But I had never. He was like, "You have something following you." I was like, because when you work in a metaphysical shop, sometimes you get randos coming in. Like there was an AA place down the way, and they would like come out of AA and they'd find some crackhead behind a dumpster and shoot up, and then they'd walk in to like our shop, or the shop next to us was a vape store, and so they'd get really high right after they leave AA and get their little marks or whatever, and then they'd be like, you know. So it wasn't odd that someone came in and was like tweaking what I thought was tweaking. But then I looked at him and I was like, oh my god, his eyes are fucking yellow, like yellow, yellow, like yellow, and like as bright as my hair. And I was just like, I'm a cashier here. Do you need help? Can I help you? Like, just getting concerned. And he was like, you got this bright golden orb that follows you around. And he was like, what are you? And I was like, oh. And then his mom pulled him away and they left without buying anything. And I was just like, what? Like, what? But that happens sometimes. People come in with gifts or something and they tell you something random about your life that you're like, what the fuck? And then you never see them again. It's just a part of the job. Being in a metaphysical store is just a part of the job. Someone's gonna tell you some crazy ass shit, and then you're gonna be like, kind of haunted by it for a while. You're like, huh? Huh? Um, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of like being in those spaces of uncertainty. And because when you're in those unsafe places, kind of like when you're you're sitting back in your chair and it's gonna fall, but it's not gonna fall. When you're in those unsafe places, real magic happens. Real weird stuff happens. Real spooky things can happen. Real strange occurrences. Real weird people. Like, just, it's like the universe can contact you in those weird spaces. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't, bitch. But whatever. Like, whatever. So I think I'm gonna go. I think I've yammered on a little bit too long. Um, no more foundation for me. I looked like a fucking cracked doll. Like this cracked doll looks everybody was doing for Halloween. That's what I looked like. But it was just literally because it sat. Even though I had put like foundation on, not foundation, primer, the whole face was just like cracked up, and I was like, this ain't all cracked up with what it should be or whatever. I tried to make a pun, it didn't come out right. Yeah, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna be rocking eyebrows and mascara for a couple of months until I feel the need to do something else. You know what I mean? I'm tired. Um, I'm really tired. But yeah, I'm gonna see if my kids want to go to the forest later. I don't know if they do. Probably not. That's what it's so difficult because sometimes I want to do stuff like go into the forest and just be alone, like with the kids and like whatnot. But then my kids put up such a like resistance. That's what it's like, a built up resistance. They're like, but why? And they don't understand because they are not, because they've never been really alone the way I was and I grew up. So being alone to me is like a comfort thing. Having a lot of people around is the opposite of whatever comfortable is. And so it's confusing. So if they put up too much of a resistance, I'm just like, then we're not gonna go. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot. It's kind of difficult to be like having to gas somebody up and be like, let's go to the forest. And they're like, Mom, why? Like, we have everything we need here in the house. We don't need to leave the house. They're homebodies. And so I'm just like, don't you want to go outside and look at all the flowers and mushrooms and stuff? And my youngest is kind of like, yeah. And then my oldest is kind of like, no. But if it's nice outside, he's like, yes. Yeah, because he's like me. He don't want to deal with all this hot shit. He has a lot of nice sweaters too that he wants to wear in cold times. And he can't wear because it's always 80 degrees. He understands the struggle. So do I. I have nice sweaters too that I want to wear, but can I wear them? No. Can you wear arm warmers and leg warmers in 80-degree weather? Sure. Is it gonna feel like gross? Yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go clean. Actually, I'm gonna go chug my London Fog, my Earl Grey tea, and then I'm gonna go clean. I think I'm gonna see if I need to make a curbside order. I still need to get like more candy for the stocking stuffers. I got some. I don't know. Maybe I should get like a tiny present to shove in there instead of candy. I don't know. Thoughts. I'm thinking thoughts or something. My husband will be home soon, and I need to clean the house a little bit. Because my kids woke up early and they were farting around, and now everyone's taking a nap because they woke up early. And you know, stuff like that. Whatever. I don't know. But yeah, that's about it. I had a little bit of a mental breakdown. I had a big important discussion with my husband in our future, and then I was solving it, and then like I feel better. I have a giant headache right here for some reason after I had that little mental breakdown. I got like a little side effect headache, migraine or something that won't go away. Could be a migraine. And then ding 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 ding. Yeah, that's a lot. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, happy winter solstice. Happy December 21st. Happy official winter. Okay, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, goodbye.